Hello. Give me 1 minute. Hey, everyone. Okay, hi everyone. My name's Rebecca Lee. Thank you for watching. Yes, great to be back. I have had a few tech issues and power issues around here, but we seem to all be okay now. So I'm back. Thanks for being here. So my name's Rebecca Lee, and you can look me up at my website, rebecca-lee.com. I am here Wednesday nights doing readings. So I have my Unlock Your Love Blocks cards here for anyone who wants to look at what's blocking them in love, whether you're in a relationship or you're looking for love or it's just about self. I also have I can't remember the name of the person who created these cards. It really I like to acknowledge who they are, but I don't have their box here, but they're an indigo. They're indigo cards. I'm not sure who has created these cards. I'm sorry, I can't see the box. So yeah, yes, I'm back. Hello. So anyway, maybe some mediumship. We'll see what happens, what comes through. So if you'd like a card about love blocks, let me know, whether single, relationship, or you want to have a look at self-love. I'm also really keen to support anyone who's really on the edge of bringing out their authentic voice, their truth, and really voicing their beliefs and their passions, or just stepping into their truth and their path. Indigos that are here to break systems down, break the old down, whether that's in your family, whether that's ending karmic family patterns, whether that's a bigger picture thing for you. I'm really, really keen to reach out to you. And have someone in spirit that you would like to connect with, let me know and we'll see what happens there as well. It's a little bit of a different connection with the mediumship. So I usually have to just sort of see what happens there. I can't really guarantee what will happen there. So yeah, let me know that you're here, what you need, where you're from, and we'll see what we get through for the next hour. Hey, it's really good to see you. So I'm just going to breathe and take my time and go through the comments. Sometimes, I never get through everybody, but if I'm reading for someone and it really resonates with you, Spirit really does operate on a multi-dimensional level. So, where I'm drawn to read, I trust that Spirit knows that that message will most likely serve a number of people. So please just take what resonates with you, even if I'm not directly speaking with you. Great to see you all. So let's just see where I'm going. It's really helpful in this kind of situation if you are a little bit specific, it really helps. It's just quicker, to be honest with you. So if you could say love block single, love block relationship, love block self-love, or finding voice or something like that, just really helps. And it really, just ensures that my message can be a little bit more better for you as well. So I'm going for Laura. So she says, do you see when I will find a partner? Been a long time. Okay, so let's just see, Laura. I'm just going to write names down too because the comments do move a lot on me. So let's just see, Laura. Been single a long time. Straight away, as soon as I am starting to tune into you, it's like, what, it is time for you. I'm feeling that, but there's a sense of anxiety I can feel with you about that as well. It's like it's been so long now. Like it wasn't an issue really, for some time for you, but now it's like it's been so long, there's anxiety around it. Who am I? I don't know. There's an awkwardness is the word I want to say. You might feel a little bit awkward now. Yeah, I'm getting that perhaps, you're seeing yourself all sort of like, how do I word this? You're seeing yourself all prickly and maybe weird looking, but you're not like that at all. Like, like you feel like you stand out, or that there's something wrong with you, but you're not like that at all. So you have to just take a breath and just know you're amazing. And, I'm getting that it's not, you've got to get out of your head that you're weird or unusual because you've been on your own for so long. Actually, like, there's lots and lots of people that have been on their own for a long time, and that's perfectly okay, and it's perfectly normal. We don't have to be in relationship on this earth 100% of the time. So I feel like you've got to get your mindset right about where you've been and what you've been doing, and about yourself being on your own. You're not weird or whatever because you've been on your own for so long. Okay, so I feel like you have to overcome that mindset first, and just know that it's okay that you've spent time on your own. Like, that's perfectly okay. But you do feel ready to step into something. So I think just, that first little piece of advice is going to be the first step that you've got to, change in your heart. I actually keep seeing a country and western hat. So I'm not sure if that's you, or whether the person where you're going to meet the person, or the person that you're going to meet is going to be a bit of a country bumpkin, or be from the country, or that you're going to be out in the country. There could even be like a move or something like that just puts you on the right path to meet this person. You've got the commitment card. And so the commitment card usually tells you that, it might not be absolutely perfect when you meet the person straight up, because, you've got to have that initial kind of attraction and dynamic with each other. But a strong relationship is actually built over time. It doesn't just come together. You don't just come together and it's just amazing, automatic, great relationship for the rest of our lives. Like, good relationships are built over time. So maybe there's a part of you that thinks that meeting someone, it's going to be absolutely like just right on, right away. But just know that the connection will be there, the feeling will be there, and then there'll be some things to work out together, but you'll work it out together. And don't be afraid to be in it for the long haul and work it out. That's what relationship is about. It's a journey, and it's not always easy, but it's so worth it. And we find out so much about ourselves in the journey of relationship as well. So Laura, definitely feel that that is ready for you. There's something significant around May for you, so that could be something happening there for you that gets you on the right path. So this is for Laura Bramble, and I hope that helps, darling, and I wish you all the best. And yeah, definitely be looking out for that cowboy looking hat. That country and western hat is something around that. Okay, let me just go to these comments. Thanks for being here. Ready and waiting. Love it. Okay, good. And open, right? I'm open. Let's have a look. Who else have we got here? Just remember, it is definitely I'm just laughing at Jason's comments. Weird and owning it. I love it. So just remember, if you want a love block card, just say love block single, love block relationship, love block self-love, something like that. Or if you want a general reading, that's fine. And if there is a past loved one that you would like to connect with, just pop that in here and I'll see what comes through with mediumship. As I said before, it's a little bit of a different connection, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going for Jordan, and I apologize if I pronounce anyone's names wrong. May I have a reading on my ex, Ricky? Jordan Naranjo. My ex, Ricky, and I, will we get back together, and when? Okay. Well, let's just see, Jordan. My first thoughts that come is that this is a little bit tricky, and it might not be anytime soon, right? If it's going to happen. I just feel like you're both on very, very different pages here, and I'm getting that there is a miscommunication. I don't know if your ex has been completely honest with you about how he feels. I think that he doesn't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't know if he's being really. I don't know if he's being really truthful with how he feels. So, my darling, I just need to say that I feel that strongly, and I'm just going to focus on you and your heart, and because you can't control him and what he feels and what he's going to do. So, but what you can control is, how you're going to hold yourself through this, how you're going to move through this, and where you're going to go. Okay, that's what you can control. So my first feeling is that you need to take a breath, okay, and you need to just sort of maybe you need to find some distractions a little bit here, because you might be thinking about this a little bit too much, okay. I feel that you too maybe haven't said exactly what you would like to say to him. I feel like there's some things that you need to get off your chest. You've got the Speak Your Truth card. Okay, so, and maybe you hold back because you don't want to hurt him or push him further away either, but there's some things that need to be said here. If you can't say it to his face, then or write him a letter or an email or something. My sense is, and I keep seeing you doing having a psychic conversation. So that's when we call in the soul or the spirit of a person that can be alive or passed over. And you light a candle and you call in their spirit, and you have a talk to their higher self or their soul, and really get off your chest what you need. And the energy and the essence of them is they're listening to that conversation. So sometimes that can be really, really helpful. And I've had so many examples of really powerful things that happen when people have psychic conversations. So I feel like you need to get some things off your chest, like some real true feelings and perhaps some hurt that you felt as well. I just feel like there's a lot of learning and a lot of healing for you to do here. This can stem back to like childhood stuff as well. So I feel like this goes really deeper, but I'm getting like a crossroads for you, and that there's an opportunity to really heal and go on a whole other pathway. I'm showing kids, or perhaps working with children, brings you joy, like their beautiful energy and their beautiful, playful, innocent energy is really good for you. You're a really playful type of person. I feel like this experience with this person has really sort of pulled you out of alignment with yourself and who you really are. So Spirit's really encouraging you to come back into yourself and find yourself again and remember who you are, because that's actually more important than whatever you feel you can experience or gain through this relationship. So I feel like you need to step back and give it some space in the physical world, but also in your mind and heart, okay, and maybe find where you want to go and what you want to do with your life, and just focus on that for a while and see what happens. So this is for Jordan Naranjo. Darling, I hope that helps. You need to take a breath here, okay, and you might need to just, I'm seeing you riding a push bike. They're showing me you riding a push bike along a natural body of water. It could be ocean, right? And this is really healing for you. So, darling, you have to get back to yourself and filling up yourself, and and being honest with yourself, I feel, as well, with what's really happening here and what's really best for you here. And I think that will really, really serve you. And I think from there you will know the right path to take here and what the answer is here. So this is for Jordan Naranjo, darling. I hope that helps. All righty. Okay, I'm drawn to Belinda Davies. So she's in Brisbane. Hello, darling. I'm on the sunny coast. So Belinda's asking about a love relationship, new, finally finished with the old. Well, that's really good to hear. And I'm getting a big emphasis on the finally, like there's balloons and hip, hip, hooray. It was a big piece for you to work through. And it just feels like there was a lot that you recognized about yourself, and you had to learn through that relationship. You've got the love card. This talks about the difference between unconditional love and conditional love. And most of us are raised through conditional love, you know, where we get the acknowledgement and, you know, extra credit really from being a good boy or a good girl. And sometimes if we don't behave in the correct ways, you know, according to our parents or our carers, and then love is withdrawn. You know, there's these ways that we're conditioned in how we need to be and how we need to behave. So we're kind of raised and learnt conditional love, and we take that into our relationships. So this is a big part for you, Belinda, to be aware of. You know, I feel that you've learned a lot about yourself, and you've learned a lot about what you will and will not put up with in relationship, but also how your own wounds can be triggered. And I feel that you've all learned a lot about your shadow, actually, that part of you that you actually didn't know, this side of you that you didn't know that you had. So I feel like you've had a lot of ahas and a lot of, you know, eye openings. And I think that will continue for you, but obviously not as tough and not as intense as what it has been. So having this card really shows that this new relationship, or you in new relationship, has the potential to really experience a deeper level of love, a more unconditional love, you know, a love where, you know, if, you know, perhaps things are tough or whatever, you can still be connected to each other, and love's not going to be taken away. You're not going to disconnect from each other or project on each other. So I feel you have the opportunity to experience a whole other level of love here, and be really conscious anyway. Even if, you know, we're only human and we're all working this out. So even if you may behave that way, or your new partner behaves that way, you'll at least be conscious of it and you can talk it through. So I think there's an opportunity for great involvement stepping forward for you, and it feels really good. I'm also getting about teaching and learning, so I'm not sure what that means exactly, whether, you know, I feel that definitely relates to the relationship, teaching and learning, but I'm getting as a career path. I don't know if you're about to study or you're a teacher or there's some kind of teaching and learning around you, but I just feel like you are actually at the beginning of a new chapter. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things coming your way. Some reason I am getting a little something around perhaps your thyroid or something like that might be something that you have to sit with there. And I'm just make sure you process any angry thoughts or any frustrations. Okay, I think that's something that you've learnt from the past. But yeah, there's something, just a tiny tinge of something there, perhaps with thyroid or something. So taking really good care of your body, really limiting sugar is important. That's just coming through. Taking care and being mindful of how food affects your moods. Just come through. So yeah, darling, I'll leave that with you. So that's for Belinda Davies in Brisbane. All the best, lots of exciting things coming up for you, darling. So you stepping into a new chapter, you're evolving and you're expanding, and you know there's always another level, and you'll recognize it, you'll see it as you go along. So thank you so much for being here. I need to check the comments. And yeah, that's really all I can say right now on that. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you, darling, for being here. Beautiful. I'm glad. Thanks, darling. Thanks for letting me know I'm on track. I really appreciate that. All right. Okay. Let's see where Spirit's guiding me to. So remembering, I'm for those that are popping in, unlock your love blocks readings, what's blocking you in love, whether that's relationships, finding love, or self-love. If you can just put that down, please, it helps me. Just put love blocks single, love blocks relationship, love blocks self-love, or just a general reading. But even if it's general, let me know what you're really curious about. Is it work? What is it? Like finances? Like, give me a little bit of something just to help me in this way of reading, okay? It's tricky, and I've got to make sure I keep my center, right? Because it can be, I just have to stay in my center. So, you know, you don't have to tell me the whole story, but just give me a little bit, right? It helps out. Katrina Lee, self-love. Darling, I have been asked to stop with you. And yeah, if I do read for you, yeah, just drop me a line and let me know if it resonates or not. And like I said earlier, if I don't get called to you, but I'm reading for somebody else, I just trust Spirit's going to guide me to, you know, the person where I can say a message and it's going to resonate with many people. That's my intention. So just, you know, take in what resonates with you, even if I'm not talking directly to you. Spirit works in many ways, on many levels. So yeah, Katrina Lee, self-love. Let's see what's going on, honey. It feels a bit rocky. It feels a bit up and down. A bit of a bumpy ride is what I'm getting. Feeling a little dizzy, so you could be a little ungrounded. You know, you might have a tendency to just, when it gets a bit tough, to just kind of exit the building and leave your body a little. So, you know, I would love to just encourage you to just focus on coming back down into earth, you know, coming back into your body. I know it's difficult with such strange and interesting times on earth, and you know, and then we all have our own individual stuff going on as well, but you do need to come into your body a little bit, darling, because it will help you feel stronger and manage what's in front of you more, because I think you have a tendency to perhaps try and avoid or deny or hide or something kind of like this is the energy that they're showing me. You're actually a really beautiful person. This is what Spirit's saying. And I think that it feels like you're a bit empathic, so you can get a little bit emotional overload. It's not always yours stuff that you're feeling, so that can be hard. I think that you've got the time card, which can be frustrating. I completely understand, but I feel like you're going through your dark night of the soul, your initiation, really, is what I look at it. And it's really an opportunity and a time for huge growth and expansion, and we're letting go of all parts of ourselves. And this is what's happening for you. This is part of the maturing phase in your time, you know. I tell this to people all the time. I've done lots of different shamanic things with all sorts of different people and groups, and, you know, a lot of tradition, like indigenous cultures, do not actually classify themselves as an adult as such, you know, to use our language, until you're 50 years old. You know, up until we're 50, we're really just sort of, you know, growing and exploring. It's not that we don't after 50, but, you know, like I'm just getting for you, you've got plenty of time, and you're just working things out and you're growing and maturing. We don't just grow and mature through our teenage years. You know, we go through different phases of life all the time, and, you know, you're going through yours. And I'm just the vision Spirit's showing me is just old parts of yourself are breaking away. And I'm getting the word victimization as well. So that victim part of yourself that's felt powerless and hopeless is you're really transcending her. You know, there's healing, and there's releasing, and there's feeling, and then there's moving through it, and it can go around and round a little bit a couple of times. But I really feel like you're coming out of this, like this feeling is going to end really soon, and I feel like you're going to come out, and it's going to be like I'm hearing that song, you know, sunshine on a rainy day. It's like literally the vision is like the sun's coming out after lots of rain, which is really interesting because that's what it's like up here at the moment. That's what it feels for you. The sunshine's about to come out. I feel like there's lots of changes, like Spirit's just like showing this, like the hand sweep, like the whole plate's being reset for you. If it hasn't started, it will soon. And not to be afraid, because you're not being punished or opposed or anything on a soul level, that there is a complete clean of the slate happening for you, and there's so many great opportunities coming. So you have to really hold yourself and nurture yourself, take the time, allow it to take the time it needs, because you're really, really working through it faster than what you think you are, and you needed to let go of these old parts of yourself, because there's some really amazing things you're going to do in the future, and there could be a whole change of career as well for you. So this is for Katrina Lee, self-love, darling. Just hold yourself and just don't pressure yourself or stress or panic because things are taking too long, or you feel like you're running out of time. You've actually got plenty of time, and you're right on time is what Spirit's telling me. So that's for Katrina Lee, darling. Thank you for being here. I hope that helps you. Thank you. Rightio. Okay. I'm being asked to stop with Carolyn. Carolyn Minchin. She's asking, she's saying she wants to leave Canberra. I haven't been to Canberra since I was a kid. Lots of ambivalence. Any thoughts, feedback? As soon as I feel you, I just have this like hand around my throat, like this constriction and pain. It just feels painful, actually. It feels like you can't be yourself there, or perhaps you're just not finding your tribe or fitting in there, Carolyn. It might just be a little bit more trickier to leave. I feel like there's a few things that need to be sort of tied up for you. I'm not sure whether that's work, family, both, but there's some things that I feel, and could be house. So there might be some things, but I think just making the decision is what needs to happen first and foremost. I know you've been tossing it around, but I'm not sure how serious you've felt about it. Spirit's just saying she really just needs to make the final decision. And I'm assuming that's about moving, but it could be something else as well. And then I'm hearing the world is your oyster, so it might not be, I want to use the word flippant, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I feel like I'm just out of here, I'm going anywhere. But Spirit's like, well, hang on a minute. Hold up, sister. If you are going to make this decision, let's actually think about this, and let's think about this seriously, because if you make this move, let's really think about where you're actually going to move to, because I think there's so many other things that you need to think about. It feels like it would be a good decision. It's going to take a little bit more time, and I think you need to consider a few more things, not about finalizing things where you are, but actually really considering and thinking a little bit more deeper about where you actually want to go, what type of lifestyle you want to have, perhaps what type of work you want to do, what kind of people you actually want to be around. Spirit's just asking you to just make the decision, and then let's think seriously about this, because it is a good move and it'll be a big move. And I feel like it'll be where you settle really for life. So there's some things that you need to consider. I get probably would be around another year before this can all these systems go, but that year would go really quickly, and there's lots of things to consider. And it feels fun for you to consider different destinations that you would go, and perhaps where you think you would go might not end up being the actual place for you. That's what I'm feeling. So there just needs to be a little bit more thought and consideration about where you would go. So that's my initial sense, but I'm getting green lights, and it actually does feel like a goer, right? That's the word. It's a goer. That's the word I'm getting. And I feel like there's someone in spirit around you really encouraging this. She feels female. So I'm getting the word goer, and it feels exciting and a little bit anxiety and a little bit scary, really, when you think about it, but it is actually exciting, and it does feel good for you. So this is Carolyn. Darling, let's just start with actually making the decision. This is it. This is what you want to do, and take it one step at a time from there. So that's for Carolyn Minchin. I hope that helps, darling, and all the best with that. It sounds like very, very exciting. All righty, let me see. I am just scrolling. Spirit just sort of asked me to stop at certain places, so just bear with me. Just bear with me. Okay, Rosie Miller. I just saw Rosie and money. There's something I have to stop here. Hi, Rosie. Rosie A. Miller, she says, hi, I'm just wondering, will I get the money back that is owed to me? It's been getting put off. Tricky, sticky. Lots of learning for you here. It's going to be like pulling teeth, right? It's going to drag out a little. There could be some money handed over. It's going to be a bit exhausting if it hasn't been already. And the card that I pulled was you already know. Okay, so there could be some money. The person that I'm seeing handing you the money just looks exhausted and looks ragged. Like it's going to be really hard for this money to be paid back for whatever reason, whatever reason that is. It's going to be a bit tough, but there is some learning in this for you, which really sucks because it's like, well, that's all great and I'm learning, but I get my money back. I know that sucks. It really, really does. And there's the spirit's talking to me about you with regards to money and actually valuing your money more. Maybe how do I word this for you? It's not that you don't appreciate money, but maybe don't value it so much. I feel like you have a whole learning here to have a different relationship with money. And I know money's not the most important thing in life, but it's definitely important that we value our money and without being hoardery or what's the word, like, tight or stingy, which you're not. You're more the opposite, but you've got to balance that up and just value it a little bit more and just don't give it away so easily. Value it a little bit more, okay? How you've worked for your money and your money comes to you, just value your money a little bit more. And the other thing that's coming through is sometimes when we're pulling people out of the shit, we're actually not giving them the opportunity to learn and grow and to learn what they need. And to grow how they need to. Even if we can help people out financially, sometimes it's not always the best thing. I know that sounds really horrible. I've been through this myself. But, sometimes we need to, as hard as it is, step back and let people sort of learn what they need to learn. I know it's hard, but it's true. I've bailed out family lots in the past, and what I really learned is, they're not really getting an opportunity to learn what they need to learn, value their own money. So we need to just sort of remember sometimes putting up our boundaries and saying no is a gift as well, and to have the strength to do that. I wonder how many other people need to know that on this call, right? So, darling, breathe and maybe just let it go a little, and I understand, lesson learnt, and just see what happens here. It's tough, I know. It's tough, but just relax. You're a beautiful person. I think you'll always have what you need. And lesson learned. That's all I can really say from now, darling. And like I said, the card says you already know. All right. So important lessons for us all. I've been through that journey, darling. I really, really have. No problems. Thank you. Thanks, Rosie. Okay, let's see. I'm just drawn straight up to Debbie Demova. She says, hi, Rebecca, I've met a new guy and he's holding back a bit and unsure if he wants an ongoing serious relationship, even though he said he did when I met him 2 months ago. Of course he did. Can you pick up on anything for me, please? Oh, darling, I do joke around a little. Okay. Well, sometimes, love and dating is just such it's such a tricky game, isn't it? It's such a tricky game. I don't doubt that I don't think he was lying at the beginning when he said he was looking for something serious. And, sometimes people say that and they get into a relationship and, maybe they start to feel things they haven't felt before. And, going into the territory of the heart can be a scary thing, right? Especially if, people, not everybody's raised in families where they get to experience love and vulnerability and to really show themselves. Not a lot of people have been raised like that. So, when they're dipping their toe in the water and, there's these situations come up where their heart's opening and they're feeling things, or they, have to expose some of their feelings and their vulnerability, it can be tricky for people. I feel he really likes you. I really do. And I feel like that's the situation for this guy. You got the time card, so you might just need a little bit more time, honey, and to just give it a little bit more of a chance. I know that's tough. Okay, 2 months is not too bad. I'd give it a good 6 months is my sense, and just, I think he just needs to I'm just getting that you can be really intense and that you might be a little bit more straightforward than what he's used to. And I think that's what he needs, and that'll be good for him. But he just needs to get used to that a little bit. Okay. I think you're really good for him. And I think once he settles and feels more comfortable, there's parts of him that will be really good for you. Okay. And we just need to give him some time to be able to feel more comfortable and relaxed and safe, so he can show you more of who he is. So I really wouldn't want you out on that here. I just maybe just encourage to just give it a little bit more time, and just see. I don't feel like he's a bad guy. I feel like he's a shielded guy. A sheltered is the word I'm hearing. He's been sheltered too. So he might not have had a lot of experience in love or relationship as well. And, I feel like he's going through a stage where he's actually really just discovering who he is too. He also may have had an experience of love in the past, even if it, was for a short period of time, and it was probably a little rough for him. And the person may not have been quite as evolved or open as you. So he's probably being a little bit cautious too and protecting his heart. So Debbie, I just want to say, just give it a little bit more time. Just give him a little bit more of a chance. And, of course you don't want to be on the never, never plan, like he's got to have to, be vulnerable and put himself on the line. 2 months, I'd just give it a little bit more time, darling. And just keep in the back of your mind, just to know when to just sort of, maybe not push too hard, know when to push and know when to pull back. I feel you can be really intuitive there. So just trust your instincts there. And I just know, I really feel he really likes you. Okay. So don't go into your own wounds and start playing out any of your wounds. Okay. Just, hold your center, stay cool, and just let's see what he can do here. Okay. So that's for Debbie Demova. All the best, darling. I'm just reading your comment. I feel the same as you're saying. Yes, I'm real, and I think he likes it. Yes, he's coming around with more affection. Oh, that's good. Thanks so much. Yes, he said he's an Iron Man. Oh, all right. Beautiful, darling. Excellent. Good to hear. Yeah, really, really chance for something nice could blossom from this. So let's see what happens. Beautiful. Okay, let's see where I am asked to go. I just saw Michelle Ann Borgo's post. She's moving to the sunny coast next week, trying to find accommodation. Oh, honey, rough, yeah? We have an accommodation shortage going on up here. It's a bit tough, actually. Okay, so I'm with Michelle and Borgo. Yeah, I feel like I keep getting the word house sitting, or maybe you have some people to sit with. I feel things will settle down, Michelle. but I feel like maybe you know someone, or I keep getting the word house sitting for you. And I feel like that you might know people, or that you're connected to people, whether they live here or they have houses or connections here. I just feel like your connections are going to help you actually get a space. And sometimes that's just how it works. You know, that's just how it is. Not many people are having luck through real estate agents, and, you know, 80 people are turning up to look at houses and stuff. It's pretty crazy. So I just keep getting house sitting, and I just saw your message pop up. House sitting would be ideal. Maybe just putting posts up in the Sunshine Coast and the different areas around Sunshine Coast, Facebook pages, you know, just letting them know who you are, maybe sharing a nice picture of yourself and just letting them know that you're open for house sitting and looking after pets and things. So these sorts of things, you know, might be really helpful. I just feel like that's how it's going to happen for you until things settle down. And I do feel like you'll settle here and you'll have your own place, but it's, you know, Spirit's just asking you to look at it as a little bit of an adventure for now. All right. And maybe you get to know sort of actually where you actually want to stay, because perhaps where you're heading is not actually going to be what you think it is, or where you end up wanting to stay on the coast. Sunshine Coast is a big area, lots of different types of communities. So I'm thinking maybe where you think you're heading, it might not actually be where you would like to settle in the long run. So this could be a blessing in disguise and help you get to know a few different areas and different communities. I just saw you love gardening, you love pet sitting. I could see that you would be great for pet sitting. So see what happens, honey. And yeah, just take it from there, breathe. And okay, it's great that you got a job. Yeah, great. So just go with the flow, a bit of an adventure. Well, I don't know. Are you sort of heading for the Noosa kind of area? Because if you are, I'm not sure if that's going to actually be what you thought it might be. You know, I'm actually getting pulled a little bit out. It could even be down near the Caloundra end, or I'm even being pulled out to Palmwoods Way. So just see what happens there. I don't want to sort of peg you into any one area. Just see what happens. You'll know it when you're there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, just a couple of names, like you might want to look at the Woombye Palmwoods area, but then I'm getting like Majimba type area as well might be good for you. That's right near the beach, whereas the Palmwoods Woombye areas are out, not too far out, but they're in the more of the trees and the bush. So beach or bush, girl? I'm not sure. Either could work for you. All right. Okay. No problems. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for being here. We might get to meet, because I do lots of workshops up here too. So we might get to meet one day. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, darling. Thanks for being here. All right. Yes, lots of moving around, isn't there? Worried about my recent house move. Belinda, felt a bit pressured into it. Will things improve for me? Thank you. I feel like you're going to move again. I don't know if you've actually really unpacked much, but I understand felt a bit pressured into it. I can feel that actually, and just, yeah, there's some other things in your life that needs to be sorted out. I just, you know, just you need to speak your truth, and you need to stand up. I just keep getting you need to stand up. This is Belinda Jones. Will things improve for me? Yeah, they will. But yeah, you're feeling a little bit powerless and hopeless. And I just think that you just need to stand up, take control, say it how it is, and don't forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, okay? Like, it's been really stressy, weird times. So don't be too hard on yourself. And just, you know, I'm getting like, get yourself together, woman. You've got this. For some reason, you've been pulled out of balance. And I just feel like you just trust it's for a reason. Sometimes we just need to, you know, kind of be pulled out of balance or lose our shit just to see, you know, the things that we have in place before that, you know, okay, this really keeps me centered, or, you know, being this way actually keeps me centered. Like, I feel like you need routine. You might need to have exercise routines, and there's certain things in your life, and you might be maybe a bit rigid or structured, but it works for you. You need to be a bit like that. Otherwise you sort of lose yourself. And I think you know that. So I just feel like you need to stand up. You need to say a few things, but I do feel like you will move again. I don't feel like this is where you're going to stay. I think something's going to shift again. But you'll sort some things out here first. And I feel maybe there's another relationship, or there's something to do with a relationship that needs to be sorted out. And then I think there will be another move. So, yeah, that's just my sense. That's for Belinda. Breathe, trust yourself. You're actually really powerful. And so you just got to find her and tune back into her again. And you got this. And there's no mistakes. Just trust, for whatever reason, on many different levels. It is what it is. It'll all work out. I really feel it will. Okay. Be kind to yourself. That's just what I keep hearing, is be kind to yourself. Let me just make sure I'm on. Checking my time. Beautiful. Thanks, Belinda. That was for Belinda Jones. Okay. Yeah, there's a few moving and housing. I'm just going to go to Sunny Angel. Sorry if I've not pronounced that right. Help with an insight, needing to move from my share house. Yeah, everybody's just got there's a lot of moving happening, isn't there? A lot of moving and shaking going on. Sunny, what am I feeling for you? I don't know, but I'm just getting like pain in my eyes and my third eye. So that just tells me there's a block there in your sixth chakra, third eye, when we're struggling to see ourselves correctly, or we're struggling to see our future path. So it's really the center of our visioning and getting a step forward. I think you just need to you need to just take a moment and just tune into what you want, instead of like I'm getting like knee-jerk reaction. You know, like actually really take the time to consider, well, what do you actually want to manifest? What do you want to move forward into? Even if you might not exactly manifest like exactly what you want, you can start the ball rolling, and at least, you know, you've got the control and some power over things, right? Okay, so don't just sort of take whatever you can get, is my first piece of advice, okay, because you do have options. So don't be cornered into fear and making decisions from fear. First and foremost, this is for Sunny, SONNI. Okay, needing to move from my share house. I don't even know if share housing is going to be what you do a lot in the future, to be honest. I'm seeing a nice little space. I'm seeing a cat too, by the way. I'm not sure if this cat's passed or whether it's a future cat. I don't know. It could be a cat you have now, but I'm just seeing there's a cat, and I'm just getting about relationship and about communication, and not to be too narky, or don't get into argument or conflict too much here too, by the way. If this is with your current household, just be really diplomatic, and just keep it kind of clean to move forward, right? I feel like that's important for you. You don't want any dangling bits of cords and connections and energy. You just want to be able to walk away quite clean and find something else. And I see something small, and I see something maybe by yourself. I feel like you need a bit of space by yourself, and maybe you haven't thought about that because maybe you feel unsafe. You've got the protection card, and I feel like where you've been, perhaps you have picked up other people's energies and you've not been aware, and that's affected you. You know what energies. This is not to put anyone down or anything like that, but just know that you're safe, and maybe like expand your horizons a bit. Maybe think about something on your own. Anything's possible, okay? If money is a concern, I just Just anything's possible, all right? Just dream of what you would truly like, what you would really like, and see what unfolds for you if you feel safe, okay? Because I just feel you doing some nice quiet time. I'm seeing like pot plants around you, just peace and green, and I just feel like you just need a little bit of space. So I'm just going to end it with saying believe. Anything is possible, okay? I really need to tune back into that faith again. They're talking about you and your faith, and maybe you've lost your faith, and that's when the fear creeps in. So, darling, I would just reflect on that, and, maybe sometimes we let go of our faith because we fear that we're going to be disappointed or let down. And, we're co-creators with Spirit and God. So, however you want to view that, okay, this is, you can work together and create what you need. So, yeah. So, darling, I hope that helps you. I'm sending you lots of love, and you've got this. You've got this. Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you. All right, let me just check on my time. Yeah, I've got some time. Let's see where else we're going. So, yeah, there's lots of people moving around and lots of shifts happening. Okay, so I'm being drawn to two people here. First, I'm going with Maria Bateman. Hopefully Maria is still on here. She's from Sydney, and she's asking, are there any blocks to me? Okay, so Maria, I'm just going to just see what happens here. I'm assuming that you're looking at blocks into perhaps connecting with yourself, and knowing yourself is my sense. Trusting yourself is what I'm hearing. I'm getting a pain in my right ear, and that feels actually quite uncomfortable. So perhaps you're having some kind of physical challenges there, neck and right ear. But also there could be something that you're not listening to here, something around what you need to do that you're not listening to. Okay, so you got the overcome fear card. So this card's saying, look, there's something that you're afraid of doing, but that's actually what you need to do. When that card comes up, that's saying there's something that you're really afraid of taking a step in doing, but it's really important that you just acknowledge that fear. Don't weave, duck, and hide from it, and really just and take a step down that path. I'm actually I feel a lot. I'm feeling this pain sort of move all through my head and my eyes and everything now. So yeah, I'm not sure if you've got some physical challenge happening, but yeah, there's definitely something that you need to see about yourself. And you need to have hope for the future. Again, as I'm feeling that third eye stuff with you as well. Like, it's really about trusting and believing and allowing yourself to have a vision for yourself and where you would like to be in the future, and just trusting that you can have some power over that and control some of that. It's we don't just have to leave it to fate. We can make some intentions, and we can have some idea of what we would like to experience and where we would like to go, or who we would like to be. Like, we are a creation. We can keep recreating ourselves. Okay. And I feel for you have to understand you can keep recreating yourself. We can only sort of be where we come from and what we know, but we can keep learning and evolving and changing, and you can keep recreating who you want to be. And it's okay to let go of some of the old beliefs and have new ones. And and then if new beliefs come in, we can keep letting go of old beliefs. In fact, anyone that can do that is absolutely a warrior and amazing. So I just feel like you need to keep recreating yourself, because you're learning and growing really quickly. And I feel like perhaps you're having some kind of a spiritual awakening, and you're finding out new information that really resonates with your soul. So things are happening quite fast for you, maybe too fast it feels. but I just feel like there's a step that you need to take. There's something that you've been wanting to do, an action, okay, whether that's stepping out, leaving, stepping in and doing something. I don't know, you know what that is, but, and if it scares you, and perhaps you're afraid of the consequences, which I feel are connected to some old beliefs. So it's really like looking at what those old beliefs are and really just looking at how they're holding you back and changing them into new empowering ones so you can take this step. Okay, so I hope that helps, honey. I just need to overcome the fear, right? Overcome the fear. Let me just go into the comments. So that was for Maria Bateman. I hope that helps, Maria. Actually, I'm not going down because there was another person I have to read for here. Just checking on my time. So, Maria, I'll see if you've commented down further, but I don't want to lose this other lady that I have been drawn to. So thanks for being here, Maria. I hope that helps. Okay, so Tina Clark, I've been asked to stop with you as well. So she says, General, please, guidance about healing my past relationship with parents and siblings. Will it bring me peace or stress? Yeah, it's a big one. Big. Let's just see. I'm with Tina Clark. There's no easy answer to this, and it could be a bit of a roller coaster ride for a while. I want to say to you that sometimes, when we go through these situations with our family, and perhaps we have, arguments and there might be no contact for a while, and then we step in and we step out again. And, it's really us doing the breaking of the chains, right? You're someone who's perhaps breaking tradition, whether that's cultural traditions or just, every family has their own kind of energy and mindset and conditioning and way of being. And we all sort of mostly click along in there, and then there's the odd ones of us that maybe have different opinions about things or want to do things differently, whether that's raising our kids or how we feel about money or perhaps the world politics or whatever it is. There's the little chain breakers that come along like yourself, right? It's not an easy path, but I just want to say you chose that path, and I can relate to you on that path, and pretty much every single one of my clients are on that path, right? Hence the indigo type message that I said at the beginning of this. I wanted to connect with the chain breakers, the system breakers, right? Because it's a really, really important time for us now. So whether we're doing that in the world or business or particularly our families, that's the most powerful place. We're doing parenting different. We're doing relationship different. We're doing how we feel about ourselves different, and what we should and shouldn't do and what we can and can't achieve. So to answer your question, I want to say to you that just remember that it's most likely that they, for the most part, won't change. It's you that's changing and will continue to change. And I guess it's up to you to know and understand that they're not going to change, probably not. And whether, maybe as you go through this transition and this healing, you'll be able to go back in and not be so hurt or offended or, ostracized, or there's what they do and what they say is not going to affect you so much. Okay. You can make that decision and say, look, I know where they are. I know what they're going to be like, but I actually feel stronger in myself now. I know myself. I'm okay with dealing that, or not. Things are not going to be the same, is what I want to say to you. They won't go back to how they were. They can't, because you're not going to go back to how you were. You've changed now. So it's like the Matrix when you take the red pill, like there is really no going back. So, but there's so much for you to gain from this, and you need to focus on your own life and your purpose and where you want to go, perhaps your family and the things that you want to create. Like there's a reason for this. Okay. So just please know that, things probably won't be how they were. Okay. You've changed, and And, you know, you will be how you want to look at it, and how you want to see it will be what either brings you peace or brings you stress. Okay, if you keep trying to push for things to be how you want them to be, or for them to be how you want them to be, and they're not, you're going to continually set yourself up for stress and disappointment and feeling isolated and you know, black sheeped and all these feelings. So embrace being different. Know that you're breaking karmic family patterns, and that's important for you and your soul. It might not be important for your siblings. They've got other parts and other learnings, okay? So just trust this is your journey, okay? And you get to choose how you want to walk through it. And, you know, maybe they can be in your life, but maybe it just won't be like it used to be, and perhaps not as much. But you need to focus on your own life, your own purpose, okay? Your own life path is what I'm getting. That's really important for you. Because you've worked through this and it's taken up enough of your energy and time. And now it's time to get, like, you've literally had to have this break away and go through this with your family, because I feel like if you didn't go through this, that you were never actually going to step on your path of purpose of why you wanted to be here. So breaking the chains was part of your purpose, but getting onto this particular path, you had to break these chains, right? So I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to word it as most simple as I can without it being so complicated. Okay, so darling, I certainly resonate with you. You sound very much like a lot of my tribe, honey. You're not alone. You're not alone. And you will feel people that you resonate with, and you will find soul tribe. And I believe we're more and more going to find soul tribe through all of this, you know, through what's happening with the world. And so much of that is connecting to, you know, what we're breaking through with our families and where we've come from. So yeah, so just hold tight, honey. You've got this, and it's all up to you how you want to experience it now. And I think you know what to do. I think you know what to do. And I just want to acknowledge you and say, well done, because I know it's a really lonely path. And, you know, we don't always have someone to say, you're doing good, or it's okay. It's okay to feel like this, and it's okay to do that, you know. You know, because it can just feel so lonely, and we question ourselves so much. Oh my gosh, is this really the right thing to do? What am I doing? And there's guilt comes up and all these sorts of things. I know that path, honey. I really, really do. Everyone, I have to go because there'll be another reader coming on. So if I wasn't able to get to you tonight, maybe the next lady may be able to help you out. But thank you all so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And yes, I look forward to connecting with you all next week at the same time. And you can look at my website if you want to know more about me. And I do a lot of ancestral work and love blocks work and helping people discover their spiritual gifts. So that's Rebecca-Lee.com. You can have a look at my stuff there. Thank you so much. See ya.